it's Emma with really simple recipes, and today we're going to be making naan bread. Okay, let's get started. So the ingredients for your naan bread are as follows. So we have some lukewarm water, some plant-based milk, maple syrup, yeast, some salt, and then here we have some flour. What we're going to do first, we're going to activate our yeast, and we're going to do that by adding it into the lukewarm water. So we don't want the water too hot, else it will overactivate the yeast or possibly kill the yeast. So you're looking just for that lukewarm temperature. So we're just going to pop that into the water, like so. Okay, so we're going to leave that in there for around 10 minutes. We're looking for the yeast to start to bubble. That just means that the yeast is starting to activate and starting to work. So once that starts to happen, we can then crack on with the rest of the recipe. Okay, so it's now been 10 minutes. If you're looking there, you'll see all those lovely bubbles. That just means that the yeast is nicely activated. So we're going to add this into our flour. Going to pop in our plant-based milk, our maple syrup, and we're just going to put a little pinch of salt in there as well. Not too much. There we go. And we're just going to combine all that with a wooden spoon. Let's give it a good stir up. Okay. So it's up to you how you're going to continue with the rest of the recipe. So you can either knead it by hand. That will take around 12 to 15 minutes. The alternative is if you have a bread mixer, you can use that to finish off the dough, and you're looking around 6 minutes with a bread mixer. But as I say, doing it by hand is absolutely fine as well. So what you're looking for when you're kneading bread, you want to push with your heel and then pull it away from yourself and then push it back in. So push with your heel, roll over, push, roll over, push, roll over. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to line the bowl with a little tiny bit of oil. Okay, what we need to do now is let the dough prove. So what I like to do, rather than using cling film or plastic bag, I like to get a towel, a damp towel, not too wet, and pop it over the top. That way it will keep the dough nice and moist so it doesn't dry out, and it works the same kind of principle as a bag or cling film. And you're looking for like a cotton towel. You don't want anything that's bubbly or that could have loose threads. You know, very like you kind of like chef towels. And then what we're going to do, we're going to leave this now for about an hour to an hour and a half, so 60 minutes to 90 minutes, or until it doubles in size. So it's quite warm for me today, so this may move a lot quicker than I'm expecting, so I am going to keep an eye on it. So I'm just going to move this now into a different area that's a little bit warmer but not too warm, for it to prove up, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, so let's have a look at our naan bread. Let's see how the dough is doing. As you can see there, it's now doubled in size. So first I'm just going to give it a punch just to get all the air out. That's it. And you may need some flour for this bit because it can get a little bit sticky. And you also might want to put some on your work surface as well. Just put some in your hands. And we're just going to knead this again for about 5 minutes, and the reason we do that is just to knock the air back out of the dough, so that when we do fry the naan breads we don't have air pockets. And you might hear as well, as you're kneading your dough, it popping, and that's a good sign. It just means that you are getting all the air out of that dough. As I mentioned before, when you're knocking your dough back, so push your heel into the dough, push it forward and then pull it back. So heel push and pull back. Be wary when using flour to stop it from sticking to your hands, that you don't use too much. A sticky dough is always better than a dry dough. Okay, so I'm just going to make this into a round ballish shape. So you do that by pushing the side of the dough with the side of your hand. I want 2 naan breads like this, so I'm just going to cut it in half. Put that one to one side. So we just need to make sure that we've got some flour onto our pan as well as on our work surface, so we don't want it to stick. And then we just need to pin out our naan bread. So it's up to you whatever shape you want to do it. Let's get it all pinned out. Ready to be cooked. So it only takes a couple of minutes to cook once it's pinned out. Okay, so it's all ready to go, so we need to move over to our hob. So we've got some oil in our pan, we're just warming that through. You will need a spatula as well. So we're just going to move our naan bread into the pan. Okay. So we're looking for about 2.5 minutes on each side. It doesn't take long at all. So what you need to do is keep pressing down your naan bread just to make sure it doesn't puff up too much. And make sure you get those air bubbles as well. A little on the side. Looking nice. It's ready to turn that over. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Let's do another couple of minutes aside, and what I'm going to do once that's done, I will pop it into the oven on a very, very low temperature, around gas mark 1 to 2, just to dry it out a little bit because of the oil. It's also a good way of just keeping it warm while you're waiting for your curry to finish off as well. It's as simple as that, naan bread. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. If you have, please do give me a like. And if you would like to see even more really simple recipes, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, any feedback, pop them below and I'll get back to you on them. Thank you for watching my recipe today.